time we catch a Ghana for say 1,300 a year. What due diligence had you done? And they also were free. And we use semantics, the word say the use of the word miraculously. It looks as though the minister is the one that used it. But that is not the substantive matter. That is not the core matter. Oh yeah, you are saying the minister is now sober. But it means when he heard on radio, I was not sober. So the core matter, which is whether minister who ye were Juma ye before say Woba catcher Ghana for say 1,300 containers I know they all address you. But John Jinapo, the question is that you deliberately put out a false information as your way of demonizing the Akufo-Addo government, making it look as though certain people had stolen some containers, for which reason the public will now come against the government, the ex-war government. It's as simple as ABC. Minister Jairoff, come back and address the main issue. At what point did you realize that 1,300 are here? And what was the rush? If you knew, say, you bet me go further to find it and even find additional over 1,000 something plus. What was the rush? But the only reason you put out that false information was your way of tarnishing the Akufo-Addo's government, picking up on people, making it look as though certain people had done something untoward. It's as simple as ABC. Mr. Minister, it was simple as ABC. It's never be real containers, and they want to say the same energy, the same level of publicity among my real containers. More final containers, is that the same level of publicity?
Never.
Huh? You think you can play with the minds of the people? Some of us, we don't reason like the usual people. So you can play with the minds of certain people. And I keep on saying it. The very day that the people will understand what is going on around them, Ghana will know no peace. And you know, the Kaisa Yane Ayi Kasai, Dubik is a containers behind you. Because there are rules that governs a trade and transactions when it comes to say being cranium free baby. And it's a big cranium free baby. When it is at the port, it is at the mercy, it is at the control of the ports. It's the ports are in charge. It's the baby. How then do you link it to ECG? When in actual fact it has not been brought to the ECG you can't say warehouse. Why must we take it that they were missing? In any jurisdiction, this level of mistrust, this level of dishonesty, any minister will resign on this because it means you are not honest. You cannot invite us to unrealistic conversations. You said they were missing. These were your categorical words, and you went ahead to say, "Yeah, John Jinapo, was what kind of prayer? What I catch a gun for containers 1,300 a year for. I guess that. Then my message. After Mumian share a book at John Jinapo, and then a young corner Samako. Let's look at what John Jinapo did.
There was a rush into the media to create a certain impression that something was done, something wrong had happened. That was it. Now we are being told that 2,600 something have been found at the same port. Let them business.
Regional, first of all, I think that we have to be consistent. He said, the minister's tone is not different. And that what they heard on TV or radio is that containers are miraculously missing. That's a very mischievous way of presenting the narrative. No. Let's face it. Then it makes it look like the minister went and said miraculously missing. No, you said that. Look, that's why you have done the implication. No. Chairman, I'm minister and I'm a member of parliament. Please, when you were speaking, I kept quiet and listening. No, please. But why then you marry the two? That you said that the minister is now sober. So what we heard on radio, no, that means I wasn't sober. To make it clear that I've always been sober.
So when you are speaking to someone, when you are speaking to someone, Now, almost dealing with a substantive matter, obey for almost they go around the periphery. After that, you may and walk it on. So, the core issue, as a John Jinapo address, and Minister, tell Mama Catcher Ghana for say 1,300 a year. What due diligence had you done? And they also a few. And what use semantics, the word say, the use of the word miraculous, it is as though the minister is the one that used it. But that is not a substantive matter. That is not a core matter. You are saying the minister is now sober. But it means when you heard on radio, I was not sober. So the core matter, which is whether minister, what you were before someone will catch it, 1,300 containers. I don't know how to most minister or move away from the very real reason here. And he's now going around picking on words and making the words the most important. And the question is that you deliberately put out a false information as your way of demonizing the Akufo-Addo government, making it look as though certain people have stolen some containers, for which reason the public will now come against the government, the ex-war government. It's as simple as it is. You intentionally, it was a deliberate ploy to make sure that the Ghanaian people will see the ex-war Akufo-Addo's administration as thieves, as people who have actually run this country down in office. If we are in a motion, I say 1,300 a year, and then you start saying due diligence. Ben again, we say now we are picking up miracles and it's sober. Minister Jairoff, how back and address the main issues. At what point did you realize that 1,300 a year? And what was the rush? If you knew, say, you bet me a go further to find it, and even find additional a year, over 1,000 something plus. What was the rush? But the only reason you put out that false information was your way of tarnishing the Akufo-Addo's government, picking up on people, making it look as though certain people had done something untoward. It's as simple as it is. Mr. Minister, it was simple as it is. Nothing had gotten missing. Who gave a Messiah propaganda too? I go for China for you. I think was Kogu. I go for China. So much China for you or with all this was there were no containers missing. It was all a deliberate ploy, deliberate attempt to make sure that you demonize the Akufo-Addo government. And you succeeded. I want to. And you look at ourselves. What's the baby? I say what could do. What's the good? It's the baby. I see you real containers. And there was the same energy, the same level of publicity among man in real containers. More final containers. Is that the same level of publicity? You think you can play with the minds of the people? We don't reason like the usual people. So you can play with the minds of certain people. And I keep on saying, the very day that the people will understand what is going on around them, Ghana will know no peace. And you know, the very day the people, and because when you get to me, he does not even understand that they are playing with his mind. I'm getting it more. I said, what you have. It is as if any other person, about the contrary opinion, yes. The Kaisa and you can say, do it is a continuous behind. Because there are rules that governs a trade and transactions when it comes to so big cranium and free. And so big cranium and free. When it is at the port, it is at the mercy, it is at the control of the port. It is the ports are in charge. It's the media. And then you link it to ECG. When the natural file has not been brought to the ECG warehouse. And so to be managed here, man, look here, so you see, market. You made it look as though I feel market didn't go for an atom container service. Anyway, hey, what? It blow out your mind.
More fire.
They blow out your mind. I bet the minister, let's go and listen to the minister again. And this time around, you will see that the minister is trying to play on the substantive. No, I did not say it.
No. Chairman, I'm minister and I'm a member of parliament. Please, when you were speaking, I kept quiet and listening. No, please. But why don't you marry the two? That you said that the minister is now sober. So what we heard on radio Yes. No, that means I wasn't sober. Let me make it clear that I've always been sober. I've remained consistent. And I said that it's a committee report that was sent to me that 1,300 of the containers, when they couldn't find them, you can say they are missing. But if something is missing, you look for it. What is wrong with looking for missing containers? What is the problem? Let's even assume it's missing. Let's take it that they were missing. Or whatever. But if they can't find them, they are missing. If they were not missing, they would have found them. If it's missing,
Mr. Minister, hold on, pause. So the minister, let's take it that they were missing. But Minister, it wasn't missing. They were not missing. Why must we take it that they were missing? In every jurisdiction, this level of mistrust, this level of dishonesty, any minister will resign on this. Because it means you are not honest. Exactly. Is it, let's take it that they were missing. Now you are doing a probabilities. We should move away from the core issue. We should move away from the reality and move into the realm of probabilities. And you are inviting us to a conversation, a hypothetical conversation. You cannot invite us to hypothetical conversation. We want to store realities and new realities. He said, let's take it that you were missing. Mr. Minister, only one name taken is that you were missing. You have been hypothetical conversation. Now you are drawing your own hypothesis and say that we should come and draw conclusion for you. We will not do that. No, we will do that. Minister, we will do that. You cannot invite us to unrealistic conversations. You said they were missing. These were your categorical words. And you went ahead to say that, don't draw us. Now, we're going to get in free.